Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your Tribal God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here, back in Casa del Joseph for another video on your Friday evening, February the 20th, 2026. Thank you for watching right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube Wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Share the video all over the internet. And don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos on my respective channels from the past, the present, and later in the future, Conan. But don't leave stupid comments. You get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely, and then Ozzy and Satan will kick your ass even more, then eat your soul. So don't do it. Go to your dead channel. Do that shit. Because you ain't going to do it on mine. You don't like it. Tough shit. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because you miss anything, you need to get beaten severely even more, because you're SOL, you know what that means. If you don't know what it means, well, FAFO and find out what happens when you forget. And that's pretty much it. And for our newbies out there, if you're here for the first time, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice tasty cold one, which I don't have at the moment, because I'm heading out after I record this to a concert, so, because I have a life, unlike certain people I know, but that's another story for another time. But if you have a cold one near you, sit back, relax, grab that tasty cold one, put your stinky feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know it will. Fuck you, man. And that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Friday night, February the 20th, 2026. I'm back here in Casa del Joseph for the night. Won't be here for the weekend. Probably won't be back here until maybe Tuesday afternoon, maybe Wednesday, because I do have to do some things. And plus, the house is kind of getting renovated, so. But it is what it is. But I won't be around. I might be around a little bit tomorrow, so I'll do a couple videos tomorrow, but I will be out for the next 3 to 5 days, because one, I got a personal matter to take care of, and two, there's a snowstorm coming, so I will not be able to come back to Casa del Joseph till probably Tuesday or Wednesday, because we're getting 4 to 8 inches here on Sunday afternoon, Sunday into Monday morning-ish. So, and it's going to rain, so whatever does fall, it'll be icy Monday and Tuesday and part of Wednesday, and then we're getting some rain up until the weekend, next weekend. Hopefully by then, all the snow we get starts melting somewhat. So, just going to be, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe part of Wednesday might be a little bit hazardous, so take it easy on the roads and everything. And, hopefully this will be it, because we're about a month away from spring. We may get one more storm, hopefully not, but we'll see what happens. At least next week is rain. So after Tuesday, which is the coldest day of next week, then it's going to be in the 40s. Maybe next weekend we'll hit 50. Supposed to be 50 tomorrow and sunny, but then back down the hatches for getting 4 to 8 inches of snow, which sucks. So that's that. So yeah, so I will be incommunicado pretty much for the next couple of days. So I'll be doing NXT right now. I'm going to do TNA later. Ring of Honor early tomorrow, and then with SmackDown. And as far as Collision goes, we'll see. We'll see if I can do it Sunday night or maybe early Monday. And then Raw, hopefully it'll be on Tuesday, sometime Tuesday. Or possibly maybe be late, maybe Wednesday. Well, we'll see. So, that's that. But, one thing after another. So, personal matters I gotta deal with. So, and then the fucking weather, it's insane. So we got that. But in any case, check out my AEW review. I finally put it up. It took me a long time to get that video up. I don't know why. I think because of my internet connection where I was, it took a long time to upload, but it's up now. My quick AEW Dynamite thoughts from Wednesday night show. So check that out a video ago. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, everything I'm saying right now is going to be said right now. What happened to then? Fuck you, you missed it. But anyway, on your Friday evening, it is time for your late and kind of getting out of date NXT review for this past Tuesday night, February the 17th, 2026. And as always, we are emanating from the Capitol Wrestling Center in the parking lot at Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida. Alright, as always, our commentary team are the man with lots of candy and creepy jackets. That's Vic Joseph and the man who smokes more fucking weed than you do. And that's true. The two-time Hall of Famer, Black Slow himself, Booker T. Booker T, sucker! No, Booker T, gonna need Consequence Creed. Oh, with a big L. Oh, bye! Yeah, that guy. So we got that. Alright, this past Tuesday's show was alright. Nothing great about it, but we're starting the below average Joe Hendry era after he won that 7-way ladder match last week. Well, 2 weeks ago, really. So, alright, so we got that, what happened last week. Well, we got more with Joe, what happened with him and Ricky Starks. So, as we're going to Vengeance Day, March the 7th, we're going to get some progression with the storylines and maybe a match or two announced. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I'm not going to go through every match because I do got to get out of here pretty soon. But like I said, pretty good match and that's it. Alright, match number 1, right out the gate, we had Lola Faisese and her messed up hand takes on Mrs. Him. Kaylani Jordan. Was a very good match, back and forth. Reverse Devil's Kiss. Booker T's like, yeah! Pretty much. And Kaylani was working on the bad hand pretty much all through the match. They go to the outside, and they get right near the wall where the balcony is, and Lola goes for a spinning back fist to pretty much knock Kaylani out. She goes for it. Boom! Hand through the wall. Ow! Oh, that hurt. And then Kaylani brings her in. Goes for the 450. No water in the pool for you, Missy. Lola pulled her into the Devil's Gate, or, Hell's Gate maneuver made popular by The Undertaker, the goat of all goats of the modern era. That got broken up with a stomp to the broken hand. And then Kaylani with a submission hold on the bad hand, cranked it back. Oh, it looked nasty, and Lola had a tap out. She was screaming in pain. I felt bad for her. So Kaylani wins the match. Match was great. 3.5 out of 5 stars. And there you go. So Lola still having problems with Kaylani Jordan, and now her hand is pretty much busted up even more. So we got that. Alright, then we go to my cousin. Cuz. That's my cuz. Tony D'Angelo, who got me a big, humongous box of calamari. You know how much I paid him for it? $2! So if you don't know Tony like I do, because he's not your cuz, he's my cuz, you pay $10.50. Ha! So eat that, bitches. Anyway, so my cuz Tony D'Angelo's all ready to kick Dark State's ass, starting with that weak fuck, Cutler James. But he wants Dion Lennox to be watching. Oh, you're next, Dion! Well, you might be last, really, but, we'll see. Alright, so we got that. Alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars for my cuz. That's that. Alright, then we go to the parking lot. That parking lot, once again, we saw Jada and Blake Monroe in the parking lot fight. Now we have Joe Hendry jumping Ricky Starks in the parking lot. They have to be held apart for the moment. So we get that. Alright, we go to the locker room or somewhere in the back. We have my good buddy Shiloh Hill ready for Ethan Page and the Canadian national title. Studied everything he can do about him. And then Wank and Crank come in, give him a pep talk, but thinks he's smarter than they are. Well, duh. That shouldn't come as a surprise. Yeah. That's pretty much it. So Shallow's like, yeah, I got this all planned. I know how to do what I'm doing. And then Wank and Crank are like, okay. Worst fucking tag team in NXT. I'm sorry. I know they're former tag team champions. I don't know why they gave it to them. Yeah, they paid their dues and everything, but I'm not sold on these former security guards turned wrestlers. Just saying. I'm not a big fan of them. I don't care. Let me move on. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, Joe Hendry comes out. He is pissed about what happened in the parking lot. Calls out Ricky Starks, who pops up on the balcony. He says, Joe, I see right through you, and the reality is that you are just a song with nothing else. You're a big social media star, that's all you are. And now we have a meme as the NXT champion. Great. Joe says, I deal in facts, and the fact is, I'm the champ, bitch. Technically, he is. I think Ricky says that Joe is great at marketing and has nothing to back his words up with. So Joe's like, I want to fight, so get down here, let's fight. But Ricky's like, no, you're on my time, boy. So, how about we do this at Vengeance Day, March the 7th. I'm like, okay, let's do it, right? Let's do it. Joe says, alright, that works for me. Alright, so we got our first official match for Vengeance Day for the NXT World title. Ricky Starks against below average Joe Hendry. And I hope Ricky wins. But most likely he will not. Most likely. Because, it's his first actual defense of the belt, I think. So, we'll see. Alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Moving on! Alright, then we got my cousin, Tony D'Angelo. Beat the fuck out of Cutler James. Beat him in under a minute and a half. He won with a spine buster. 1, 2, 3, good night! And then Dion, who was at ringside after the match, which I basically gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. Dion jumps my cousin Tony D'Angelo, who then got up, dropped him with a spear, and was about to pretty much end him. And sadly, Cutler James had to save Dion's leg from being crushed by the ring steps. Damn. I tell you, you pissed the Italians off. We are coming for your head. Told you don't mess with the mafia. We got connections. Mm-hmm. So you want to FAFO with people like me? We'll send you to 2 places. The Slammer or up the river. And you will never be coming back from both. So, my advice, don't fuck around and find out. With me and the entire prophecy. That's what it is. One found out. One fucked around and found out. He's in jail for a while. Another one will follow. And more to follow with that, too. So, you really want to fuck around and find out? Try it. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, moving on to that. Alright, Ethan Page talks to the Vanity Project, Swipe Right, and Jackson, the Evolve champion, about, his title defense coming up against Shiloh. And then Miles, don't call him Ozzy Osbourne, comes in, and he's pissed. Ethan says, there's no way you're getting a title shot. Miles says, I think I can convince you somehow, or we'll see later about that. And then Ricky Starks comes in for some odd reason and says, we'll all be champions at Vengeance Day. He goes, swipe right, yeah. the Vanity Project or Swipe Right is basically in a fatal four-way match to determine the number one contenders for the tag team titles that Dark State has. So I gave that segment with Ethan and company, and then Ricky and Miles 2.25 out of 5 stars. We get to the fatal four-way. All right, so we have Swipe Right versus the Boricua Gangsters, OTM, Bronco Nemo and Lucius Price, Wank and Crank, and the Cuckling, Sean Spears and Nico. 1-4 match for a future tag team title shot. It was crazy as shit. Getting to the end, OTM and Hank and Spank get up for a slugfest. Brett Baylor tags himself in for a Swipe Right that earns him a swinging Abyss Abyss Black Hole Slam from Hank, and a Death Valley Driver or the C4 from Sean Spears, and then Jackson Drake makes the save because it's no DQ, and then the Boricua Gangsters double stomp Sean Spears onto the apron. Ow! And then Wank and Crank drive OTM through the announcer's table, which kind of broke before, they sent both of them through it. And then Brett Baylor, I think, got knocked out by, I forget who, but he just boom, fell right onto Sean Spears, who was basically out anyway after the double stomp from OTM. Brett Baylor, basically got, knocked out by, I don't even know who, but he just fell on the Sean Spears. 1, 2, 3. What? So Swipe Right gets a tag team title shot at Vengeance Day against Dark State. Huh? So 2 heels are going at it for the tag team titles. Great. And I bet you nothing, Tony D'Angelo is gonna He's gonna screw Dark State, basically Shaquan Sugars and Osiris Griffin. They're gonna lose the belts to Swipe Right. Great! We got 2 pretty boys, 20-year-old kids getting the tag team titles. Great! We should go to OTM. I just, basically Brett Bader is the young version of Shane Douglas, who used to be. Remember when we first saw Shane Douglas way back in WCW with dudes with attitude, with John Laurinaitis, People Power, baby, that guy, and then a young Shane Douglas before it became Dean Douglas, before it became the franchise, and the guy that tells you all to suck his ass, That's what Brett Baylor is, the young version of Shane Douglas in Dudes with Attitude, with Surfing Dudes, whatever they would name, but it is what it is. Alright, so Brett Baylor and, the other guy, I forgot his name. What is his name? Smokes? I don't even know. Oh, yeah, Smokes. I forgot his first name. So Smokes and Baylor get the win, get the tag team title shot at Vengeance Day. Probably will win the tag team titles. I'll be shocked that they don't. Not that I care either, so we'll get that. Alright, match-wise, it was alright. 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a video on Oba Hu Femi 2.0, Kiana Carver. Get his backstory. He grew up in Washington, D.C., plays some college football because he likes violence. Yeah. We love violence here. We don't condone it, but we love it. Hey, if you don't like violence, like Randy Savage, my good buddy Randy Savage would say, you may not like it, but you must accept it. Right, Randy? Ooh, yeah. Violence. Ooh, yeah. Get it. Okay, calm down. Calm down, eat that Slim Jim. Liz, yeah, thank you. You're looking great, Liz. Oh, thank you, Mr. Joseph. Man, you look great, too. I know. Shut up! Oh, shut up, Randy. Not now. Sorry. Alright, move on. Nobody liked him, including his coach. They couldn't control him because he was violent. And now he's here in NXT to hurt people. Hey, he should leave NXT, go to AEW, he fit right in with the hurt business. Because they hurt people. Sucks that Bobby Lashley's injured with his shoulder or whatever he got hurt. He would fit right in. Kiana Carver, Shelton Benjamin, and Bobby Lashley with MVP. That would be a mean stable. I mean, you add Kiana Carver to that group, woo! Sign me up. Tony Khan! See, I got ideas, Tony! See, I should have been at Creator Fest for WWE 2K26 that was happening yesterday, and I think today too. I should have been there. But I get overlooked. Hey, Issa went, and Minnie went, and Denise Salcido went, and a few other people. They went. They had fun. I'm happy for them. But you know, if there's ever another AEW video game, you know, Tony, get on the phone, get me the credentials, I'm there, dude. Or, Mr. Levesque, Paul, Hunter, I know I bail out to sometimes, but, you know, I'm real, so, 2K27, anyone? Give me a call, dude. Send me the credentials, I'm gonna bust to Hartford. Or Stanford, sorry. Not Hartford, sorry. I'm gonna bust to Stanford. And I'll interview EO, I'll interview anybody, I don't give a shit. They might hate me, I don't like, I'll interview the good people that I like EO and Mommy Rhea Ripley, maybe Papucho, Drew McIntyre, you know, people like that, nice people. Jacob loves me, I know. Jacob, I don't tag you enough, but I should. I love you, Jacob! No homo. Just like, we got that. So, yeah. So, if you know Hunter, you know, you have some, you know, some pull, if you will, some stroke. I'm sorry. You know, I'll go next year. I'll go. I live in New York. It's just a hop, skip, and jump. Just like, you know, I'll meet you guys in the city. We'll take the shuttle right up to Hartford. I mean, Stanford. Go right to WWE headquarters. Have fun, and then when I leave, I piss on it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'll just have fun. Talk to some WWE wrestlers, you know, and maybe I'll see EO and Kyrie and Asuka. They love me, you know. I just talk to EO, like, hey, what's going on? And then we go, EO! Oh yeah, EO got pulled from her match tonight against Julia. Why? No reason. Now Mommy Rhea Ripley's facing Julia. I mean, good match, yes, but EO and Julia, the history they had in Japan, come on now. So, I'm thinking somebody attacked EO, and that's why they switched it. I think somebody attacked EO. They're gonna see like something like that. Like Nia, Jax and Lance Legend attacked EO before the show or some shit. And now Mommy has to face Julia with Kiana James at ringside. It is what it is. Alright, so good thing, good little video for Kiana Carver, and that's that. But, yeah. Once again, somebody DM Hunter and, you know, tell him I want to go to Creative Fest next year. It's gonna be hard to, you know, film, but, you know, I'll figure out a way. I'll bring my camera or bring something. I'll bring this camera, maybe my phone. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll just test it, and then if everything's good, we're good. Maybe I'll interview Tiffy, you know? Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time, Daddy! You know? I won't tell her I'm her daddy, but it's like, we want to really know, you know. Oh yeah, by the way, speaking of Tiffy Tiff, I am bringing. Remember, I talked about the what ifs of wrestling. I was going to do a series about the what ifs of wrestling, like what if this happened, what if that happened. I am actually doing it. I'm actually going to be doing it. I got some ideas. I went in Issa's chat. They gave me some great ideas. So I'm going to be starting that probably after the Elimination Chamber, leading up to WrestleMania. So there's going to be some videos called What If. So I'll probably put it on this channel. I'll see. We don't know yet. We got that. Alright, moving on. But, yeah, one of my what ifs is, what if the Attitude Era never happened? Or what if, you know, what if Hunter didn't get hurt before the invasion angle of 2001, 2002? What if ECW never went out of business? What if Wrestling Society X was still around? What if GCW never existed? What if AEW never existed? Somebody told me that. I'm like, what? Well, if AEW never existed, the Bucks would still be in Japan, probably. They might have came over to WWE. Who knows? All right, moving on. I got to get this done. Anyway, Robbie E. Robbie Stone, the new interim GM, asked Joe Hendry to leave the building, which Joe does, and then Sol Ruka, the resident surfer girl, comes in. Delta cuts her off, starts yelling at her, and says, "Go to hell!" What happened last week when she stole the number one contenders match from her, and now Sol Ruka's going to face JC Jane next week on the program, and that leads to the segment with JC Jane basically cuts a shoot promo saying, "Oh, I heard on a 13-hour flight back from Saudi Arabia for the Royal Rumble was how good Sol Ruka was in the Rumble, blah blah blah." So JC's like, I'm the most underrated superstar in WWE, which is true, and it's not because she can flip a lot. Sol Ruka comes out, says JC is jealous of her, and winning the belt, hasn't changed. When JC won the belt back, hasn't really changed her much. JC's like, well, I wanted this match, and next week I'm gonna give you the title shot, and then 3-on-1 beatdown, and then Delta comes out. I'm like, oh, here we go, the full turn, and no. She saves Sol Ruka and they hug. Tease! Ah! We got a tease, though. So I'm thinking next week, Delta will officially turn heel. Hopefully. Because I can't see Sol Ruka winning, then by Vengeance Day, they do the turn. This should happen next week. Or maybe have Sol Ruka win, then after the match, they're celebrating, and then next thing you know, boom! I was jealous. It was all about the title. And then there's your Vengeance Day match for the women's title. But who knows? We'll see. Alright. Excuse me. Alright, Sean Legacy, my good buddy, wants Elio de Fleur, Pepe Le Pew, and Eli Knight to tear it down in their speed match coming up, and the winner of that faces the Pasta, Jasper Troy, for the speed title next week. And then they say, may the best man win. Okay? Simple as that. So I gave the women's segment 2.5 out of 5 stars, and this one as well. Alright, so we get to the match, Eli versus Elio de Fleur, 3-minute time limit. They went to the full 3 minutes, and it's a draw. But then Robbie E comes out and says, for the first time ever, next week, we got a triple threat match for the speed title, and it's not just a 5-minute match. No, 7 minutes. So I wonder what colors they're going to use. Orange, well, they use kind of yellow-orange. Red for the 1-minute time limit, and then when they start the match, it's like blue. So, maybe they use like aquamarine or some shit. Black, I don't know. So that's pretty damn nice. 7-minute time limit next week. I'm there, dude. Let's do it. Alright, we got that. Alright, so we got Shiloh respectfully request that Miles, don't call him Ozzy Osbourne, stay up for the North American title match. Offers Miles a title shot if he wins the title. Miles appreciates it, but says, it has to be me versus Ethan. So you need to lose. So they tease a fight, but nothing really happens. So I'm thinking Miles is going to cost Shiloh the match. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we have Uriah Connors talking to Mr. Regal's son, Charlie Dempsey. Tries to get him on Lexis King's team named Birthright. Dempsey's not sure. He leaves with Lexis King, stacks Mahomes, the former Intercontinental Champion TNA and the TNA Knockouts Champion Ariana Grace. They come in, so Uriah Connors leaves. So then Ariana is happy with her new belt. That's it. So I think Uriah Connors is going to join the Birthright anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, Robbie E's in his office. He tells Fallon, don't call her to the Dawn Henley, the women's speed champion, And he's trying to get her a speed title defense set up. And then Blake Monroe, oh my. She comes in, she's pissed off about Jada Parker, who avoided a serious neck injury. Even though she got suspended, but they're saying, oh, she hurt her neck. Bullshit. So he mentions that. So Robbie E puts Blake in a women's speed tournament match next week against Thea Hale. Ugh! We're doing that again for the third time. I hope Blake wins. Not that she needs the speed title. She's way past that. Why are you going to give her a little baby trinket title? I mean, come on now. Really? Move on. Alright, after that, Dark State wants to take out Tony, my cousin, Tony D'Angelo, and retain the tag team titles. Alright. That ain't happening. We got that. Then we got what's coming next week, and in what was supposed to be Atlanta, but they're going to be in the Performance Center next week. We got that. Alright, then we see Delta and Sol Ruka. They make up again, so Del Ruka, still a thing. And then Miles, don't call him Ozzy Osbourne, walks by saying, I know what I'm going to do right now. Yeah, fuck up this main event match. Pretty much. Alright, so the main event was Ethan Page taking on Shiloh Hill for the North American title. Pretty decent match. The Vanity Project come out, and Shiloh took care of them, but Ethan catches him with Twisted Grin on the concrete. I mean, he pulled back the pads, exposed concrete, Twisted Grin on the concrete. Ow. Throws him back in. Another Twisted Grin, excuse me. 1, 2, 3 to retain the title. Damn. There you go. 12.5 minute match. Decent match what it was. 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, to end the show, Ethan and the Vanity Project beat Shiloh down. Miles comes out for the save. Shiloh gets up. Takes out pretty much the Vanity Project. So Miles is in the ring, beats the fuck out of Ethan Page. Then he goes to Pillmanize Ethan Page's ankle if he doesn't get his title match. And he's like, okay, you got your title match next week. Okay. So Miles like, okay, BAM! Smashed his ankle to bits to end the show. Pillmanized his fucking leg. And he was at Creative Fest yesterday with a walking cane. And Chelsea Green was there, Madam President. She was actually in a walking boot, so she's coming back from her really horrific ankle injury. So now Ethan has an ankle injury, so they're both walking wounded. Sucks for them, and that's that. But, yeah. Alright, so Miles versus a wounded Canadian national champion, Ethan Page, next week on the program. So we got that. So all in all, a pretty decent show, and that's pretty much it. So I gave NXT 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment or a comment down below. Leave a like, subscribe, all that other good shit. Alright guys, I am out of here. I'll see you guys later tonight with your TNA Impact Wrestling review over on my main channel, KillerDemon669. And then early tomorrow afternoon, we'll talk about Ring of Honor. That'll be coming back, because I didn't do it this last week, so I'll do it this week, along with SmackDown. And that's pretty much it. Over on my Killer Demons channels. So check that out. Alright, I'm out of here, guys. Some music stuff coming your way later tonight on my Metal Guard channel. So lots of videos coming your way tonight. So please hit that bell, like the videos, and all that other good shit. Alright, I'm out of here. Until next time. Peace, motherfuckers!